We are here in Rishikesh, in this sacred place where Ganga, coming from the Himalaya, from Gangotri, from Kedarnath, from Badrinath, Ganga is reaching the plains and go to irrigate the great plains of Uttar Pradesh, of Bihar, of Bengal, and giving life to so many people and so many in agriculture and so many cities. But river, sacred Ganga, is suffering from many diseases and many attacks and many toils and problems. The first problem, I would say, it's of course the pollution. Here you have this river and this bank. It was a place of meditation for the rishis, and people were coming to take snan. But now, even at this point, very close to the origin of Ganga, this water is polluted by all kind of garbage put by the pilgrims when they go towards the source, polluted by those hotels. You see mushrooming so many hotels here and there, you know, and here just here you see one nala of bad water coming from this hotel, and we are just at the origin, near the origin. And just imagine that after, when Ganga is entering in the plain, passing through Kanpur, all the industries and tannery of Kanpur, you know, pouring down in Ganga so many little and chemical substance, and then crossing all the sewers of Varanasi, of Patnas, of Bengal. I mean, this river is also almost dead today.
Being a priest and prophet, what are the remedies can you take?
First, I would say being simply a Christian, or even being simply a man, you know. But I would say that being a Christian, because for our Hindu brothers, I mean, they say, okay, Ganga is polluted, but it is Kali Yuga. What can we do? There is nothing to do, no, you know, because Kali Yuga, the world is going to destruction. We Christians, we don't believe that. We say, no, the world is going to a renewal, to a transfiguration. And we Christians, we know that this world is sacred, the creation of God. It's a place where the human beings are living. As I was telling, no, imagine that, you know, those rivers coming from the glacier, which are melting now, and one day will come, Ganga will be very small and no more water for so many people living along the plains of Ganga. So what can we do? I mean, you know, first at the level of the society, there have been so many plans to cure Ganga, to clean Ganga. There is Namami Ganga now, the plan of Narendra Modi. I mean, those plans have been a failure because of corruption. And if there is a real will of the society, of the government, we can do that. And we Christians, I mean, we have to encourage. River is a source of life for so many people. There is a great civic sense. And I have noticed that, and I don't want to criticize, but I mean, in India, we keep very clean our house inside. But I clean, you know, with my broom, and what I do of all the rubbish, I throw out on the common street, and I don't take care of the society. So I think for all of us, we have to get a civic sense, no? I have a rubbish, I have some plastic, empty bags in my pocket. What I do, shall I throw it in Ganga, or try to find a rubbish bin or a place where it can be kept, you know, and thrown away in a proper sense. So I mean, this civic sense should be more developed in India. Pope Francis has really given a beautiful encyclical Laudato Si. And you see, ecological is not only a question of nature, you know, animals, but the question of the whole creation and people, you know. This world will be pure if my own heart is pure, you know. If I keep this purity inside, if I also keep this concern for my brothers, which is a very Christian idea, if I keep this concern for the world, then I think we will be able to progress toward a more ecological world, you know.
We, the students of Samanvaya, could also identify the serious problem of pollution in this sacred place. Even though the government runs so many projects to clean the Ganges and the city of Rishikesh, the outcome becomes very little. Thus, we thought to have an initiative to think like a prophet to this problem and the ways to tackle them. Thus, we started to associate with the Clean Himalayan project, which is engaged in the act of collecting the garbages from the hotels and households. The project not only collects the garbages but also do so many seminars and man-to-man counseling to educate the people and children, to keep the surroundings clean and especially to segregate the waste to plastics and solid wastes. Thus we move around with the Clean Himalayan Association to educate and to demonstrate the people around to manage the waste as a prophet proclaiming the message to clean Mother Earth.
I joined the Clean Himalaya project because I couldn't bear to see this holy place, the Ganga and the Himalayas, desecrated with garbage, and this project was trying to do something about it. So I came here 40 years ago almost, and the environment was pristine, pure. But then as development happened, even though there was a development of so many hotels and other things like that, there was also a parallel development in the production of plastics and fancy packaging materials. But there wasn't a parallel development in how to manage that waste. And so it was simply being thrown anywhere and everywhere. And actually, we started out really wanting to solve a problem. Many people said, you know, you should be involved in educating people. But in our project, we felt it's no point in educating people unless you actually have a solution for them. It's not fair to go to tell people, don't throw your garbage on the roadside, don't pollute the Ganga, don't desecrate the mountainsides with garbage. If there's no solution, all you do is make them feel bad. And so our first step was to create a solution. And you'll meet Jitendra, we got together and hired some workers to do daily garbage collection. And we tried right from the beginning to ask them to segregate food waste and dry waste, because unless you actually segregate waste, you can't manage garbage. And you won't solve any problems because if it's mixed waste, all you can do is take it from one place and from the beginning. And once the waste was collected, in the old days, it was brought to our workshop, and the dry waste was segregated into many, many different kinds of recyclable waste and sold to a vendor. Nowadays, we don't segregate the waste ourselves. We simply take the dry waste to our workshop, and you will see it builds up. We store it in a shed, and then when it gets filled, a vendor comes from the other side of Hardwar and buys it from us or takes it from us sometimes, you know, if his business is bad, at a very low rate. And he pays his workers to segregate it, and then it goes for recycling.